Hello all my dear student friends. Welcome to this session. We are studying the subject engineering metrology. Right now, let us study the angle gauges. So, in the previous sessions, we have studied the slip gauges and we have seen that slip gauges are used as standards for linear measurement. In the similar way, angle gauges are also used as the standards for angular measurement. Angle gauges are much similar to the slip gauges. Of course, we are going to compare the angle gauges with the slip gauges and study the difference also. But if you want to have the idea regarding the shape of the angle gauges, they are similar to the slip gauges. Only thing is that the slip gauges are perfectly rectangular, whereas the angle gauges are having trapezoidal shape. So the angle gauges are used as angular standards to build up an angle between two surfaces. So if you want to measure, or if you want to build up, or if you want to compare the angle between two surfaces, then we have to use the angle gauges. So angle gauges are the pieces of hardened and stabilized steel. Their measuring faces are labbed and polished to high degree of accuracy and flatness. So in case of slip gauges, we have seen that the slip gauges are also having two measuring faces on opposite sides. So these measuring faces of the slip gauges were labbed and polished to high degree of accuracy and flatness. In the same way, the measuring faces of the angle gauges are also labbed and polished to a high degree of accuracy and flatness. Angle gauges are marked with engraved V. So the V word is shown on the angle gauges. It is engraved with this particular mark, which indicate the direction of the included angle. So we can locate the direction of the included angle with the help of this engraved V. For engineering purposes, the angular units are divided in a system as degrees, minutes and seconds. So you know that the unit of angle measurement is degrees, and in 1 degree we have 60 minutes, and in 1 minute we are having 60 seconds. Angle gauges of length 75 mm and width 16 mm. The most popular size of the angle gauges is nothing but the length is 75 mm and the width is 16 mm. So these angle gauges of length 75 mm and width 16 mm are available in two sets. So what are these sets, we are going to study later on, but right now with the help of the figure, let us try to see the details about the angle gauges. So this shape indicates the shape of the angle gauges. We can also see the photograph of the angle gauges. It is similar to the photograph of the slip gauges. So you can see this is a block, trapezoidal block, and this length is 75 mm. For every slip gauge, this length is 75 mm, and this is the width, that is 16 mm. So length is 75 mm, width is 16 mm. So the measuring surfaces or the measuring faces are labbed and polished to high degree of accuracy and flatness. So this upper face, inclined face, is one of the measuring face of the angle gauges. This one. So this measuring face is labbed and polished to high degree of accuracy and flatness. The lower face on which this angle gauge is resting, that is also one of the measuring face. So that is also labbed and polished to high degree of accuracy and high degree of flatness. So we have seen that the angle gauges are marked with engraved V. So this is the engraved V. Angle gauges are marked with engraved V, which indicate the direction of the included angle. So this V help us to detect the direction of the included angle. So which is the included angle, whether this one is the included angle or this one or this one, we may be confused. Which is the measuring surface? So how to know which is the measuring surface? So this particular V which is engraved help us to know that which is the direction of the included angle. So this V will help us to know the direction of the included angle, and it indicates that this is the included angle. The included angle theta of this particular slip gauge is this one, and that is indicated, that is clear with the help of this V, which indicates, which is engraved on this particular angle gauge, right? So these angle gauges can be combined together to have various sets of angles from 0 degree to 360 degrees, and they can be added as well as they can be subtracted. Slip gauges cannot be subtracted, slip gauges can only be added, but here these angle gauges can be added as well as subtracted. So here this is the angle gauge and the included angle is beta, this is another angle gauge, included angle is alpha, right? So these two angle gauges are combined in such a way, they are wronged and they are combined in such a way that the total included angle is nothing but alpha plus beta. So this is the total included angle, and that is alpha plus beta. But you can change one of this alpha as well or beta. So in this case this beta is changed and is position is changed, right, such that the included angle now in this case is alpha minus beta, because here you can see that the direction of V is opposite. For the slip gauge of angle alpha, you can see the direction of V, and for the slip gauge of angle beta, the direction of V is opposite, and therefore the combination gives us the included angle alpha minus beta in this direction. If you change the direction, the angle will be beta minus alpha, right? In the other way the angle will change, but here this included angle, the angle is alpha minus beta. If you take the included angle on the in the other direction, then it will be beta minus alpha, right? Now the angle gauges of length 75 mm and width 16 mm, we have seen that they are available in two sets. What are these two sets of angles? One set consists of 12 pieces and a square block. So 12 pieces, that means 12 angle gauges are present in one set, but it is accompanied with a square block. So 12 plus 1 square block, that is total is 13 in one set. So this set consists of 3 series of values of angles. So one angle gauge is of 1 degree, then another 3 degree angle gauge, 9 degree, 27 degree angle gauge, then we are having 41 degrees angle gauge, 1 minute, 3 minute and 9 minute angle gauge, and another one more series we are having in the same set, that is 27 minute, then this is 6 seconds, 18 seconds and 30 seconds. So these are the various pieces of angle gauges which are available in this set, which consists of 12 pieces and one square block. We can have another set which contains 13 pieces and a square block. So in this set the angle gauges are 1 degree, 3 degree, 9 degree, 27 degree. Another series in the same set 41 degrees, then 1 minute, 3 minute, 9 minute and 27 minute. Then one more series consists of seconds, 3 seconds, 6 seconds, 18 seconds and 30 seconds, right? So this is another set of 13 pieces of and a square block. So each angle gauge is accurate to within 1 second. So the accuracy or the tolerance to which these angle gauges are manufactured is 1 second. So within 1 second the accuracy of these angle gauges lie. So that means the variation in the dimension in the angle cannot be more than 1 second. So one more thing about this angle gauges is that these gauges together with the square block can be so wrung that any angle between 0 degree to 360 degree can be set. So you can use the combination of the angle gauges. You can combine the angle gauges and you can wrung these angle gauges in the same way as you wrung the slip gauges and form the combination of slip gauges. So in the same way we can also have a combination of angle gauges and they can be wrung together and we can get any angle between 0 degrees to 360 degrees by using the combination, right? Now though the number of angle gauges pieces in one set are small, but still we can get such a large range of angles. The reason is that the gauges in combination can be added or subtracted as required. So these gauges can not only be added, but these gauges can also be subtracted to get the required angle. They can be wrung, they can be combined in the opposite direction also. If they are combined in the opposite direction, then you will find that the angle can be subtracted, right? The total angle which is obtained by the combination can be a subtraction also, or a combination of additions and subtractions. So in addition to addition, subtraction is also possible in case of angle gauges, and therefore even by using less number of pieces we can obtain a large variation in the angles obtained by using the various combinations of the angle gauges, because subtraction is also possible. So here you can see that this angle is nothing but alpha plus beta, and here this angle here is a combination of 90 degrees plus alpha plus beta and minus gamma, plus alpha plus beta minus gamma. So alpha is added, beta is added, right? Because the direction is same as this 90 degrees, but the direction of gamma is opposite, therefore gamma is subtracted, right? So by using the various combinations of additions and subtractions we can get the required angle. Of course it may take some time, or there may be a standard procedure. So there is also a standard procedure, just like the standard procedure we have seen in case of the slip gauges. So for angle gauges also we are using we can use a standard procedure to obtain the to combine the various angle gauges with addition as well as subtraction, so as to obtain the required angle with the help of the combination by wrunging the various slip gauges and forming the combination of the slip gauges. So what are the applications of the angle gauges? Angle gauges are used for measurement and calibration purposes in tool rooms. For measurement and for calibration in the tool rooms, angle gauges are used, because the angle gauges are the standards, they are very accurate. So they are useful for the calibration of the other angle measuring devices, especially in the tool rooms and the R&D labs, etc. Angle gauges are also used in machine shops for setting up a machine. For setting the machine, for setting the gauges also we can use the angle gauges. For example, revolving center of magnetic chuck, for checking the revolving when the chuck magnetic chuck is revolving, at that time we can set the chuck properly with the help of the angle gauges. So they are the setting standards for angular measurements. Angle gauges are nothing but the setting standards for angular measurement, like slip gauges, and they are used for just like the slip gauges are used for linear measurements, in the same way the angle gauges are used for angular measurements. The angle gauges reduce the setup time and minimize error in measurement. So we can minimize the error in the measurements by using the angle gauges. We can also reduce the setup time by using the angle gauges. So these are the applications of the angle gauges, and I am going to stop this video with this much information about the angle gauges. Thank you, my dear friends.